Are you guys having this problem with your windows? Or can't roll up your window at all? Like over here? In today's video, I'm gonna show you how to fix this, as well as fix a window that will not roll up either. So let's hop into it. All right, if everybody was wondering where the matrix went, it's because I just had a window regulator issue, and that was the reason why I stopped driving this. I couldn't roll up the window. I'm 99% sure it's a window regulator because the entire switch controls all the other windows, but this one, it does not. So I bought a new regulator, which is right here. So hopefully this is the correct part I need. It was like 50 bucks from Amazon. If you guys are interested and everything works, I will put a link down below for that. But today we're gonna fix that, as well as fix both front windows do not stay on track, because some people think that it was actually the little tab that holds onto the regulator is loose, but in our case, it's actually the window is separating from the tab. So we gotta use some like window weld to hold that together. So I did buy some. I do have to find that. Hopefully I'll find it and not have to order some. But yeah, we're gonna have to glue that together as well as fix this window regulator. So today, I wanna hop on this first, just in case it starts raining, because in Florida, no one knows when it's going to rain. So let's hop on this first, and then while we're doing this, we'll also fix the window that is doing the same thing on the passenger. It does the same thing on the driver as well. I'd already hopped in here and tried to do some troubleshooting before, and nothing that I could find was actually wrong. So like I said, I tried the switch, and every other window and function on the switch works, so I highly doubt it's the switch. The only thing left would be the actual regulator, which I'm pretty sure if this is OEM, a 22-year-old car, to be able to last this long, it's excellent. So we got to try to figure out how to get this window out of here, because not only is it broken, but it's stuck down. So I'm gonna have to try to loosen this up and try to fish the window up. I know a lot of people end up taping the window up top. If I can loosen it, I will, but obviously I can only get access to one screw. I might have to loosen the entire regulator and pull this up at the same time. So let's hop on this and actually get this out of here real quick. All right, so I just plugged in the new regulator. I just want to make sure that the switch will move it just a little bit. Which it looks like it just did, so. All right, so after further investigation, I actually think I have a different problem, because like as soon as I plugged this in, it instantly went all the way to the, what I'm gonna assume is the down position, because that's where this window is stuck at, and then it won't move upward. So I'm not sure what is happening here, but it's like it's triggering it to keep, it's like the switch is stuck in a downward position. So I'm gonna take this apart real quick and just see. I guess it could be a bad switch. So there is power getting to it, but it's just going the wrong, well, it's going in one direction, and that's it. So let me dig a little deeper into this and see what I can figure out. All right, so I started taking this switch apart to see if there's anything that I could see wrong with it. I was gonna actually clean it with some contact cleaner just to make sure that nothing's like shorting out or grounding or something like that, but I don't see anything weird. I mean, there is some stuff on like one of these little middle terminals that just looks a little dirty. I'm gonna probably clean that, but when I was looking farther into this, I see, look, one of these tabs looks broken. So, and I leads right back to the driver's side door. So I honestly think that is the actual reason, is that tab is broken. But I don't know, we'll see. I'm gonna pull that out. I don't think I can glue that back together. It's probably too thin to glue back and it'll probably break. I'm just gonna remove it, and then we'll see what happens when I try to roll the window back up or not. But I think this is, I don't think, it's not a switch that went bad, but it's actually just the plastic broke inside the switch. So definitely going to need to probably buy a new one of these. So we'll see if I can get the window to roll up. Then I know it's not this, or I know it's not the regulator, and it's actually this switch. I figured out how these switches are working because I quite didn't know how they were working, but I could definitely tell that this one is also broken over here too. But this is I guess this is the auto down mechanism, and this board is actually feeling really hot right now. There's like a little toggle switch here that, I mean, and that's what actually got stuck. So, and then like there's like a little spot on the circuit board that kind of mentions like where the neutral position is, and this one over here is also broken as well. It's missing this one. These have 3 tabs. This one only has 2 tabs over here on the passenger, but it got the window up. That's all that I really cared about right now, but I'm definitely gonna have to buy a new switch. So glad that I got this actually up, because I never know when it's gonna rain in Florida. So now that's done. Now we can actually fix the real issue, which is the windows being so off. Let's hop on. I mean, let's fix this one first, since obviously now I know I can roll this up and down, but as well as I have the whole panel off. As I was trying to find the window weld or auto glass adhesive, whatever you guys want to call this is what I'm going to be using. But I noticed it's starting to rain, or at least sprinkle a little bit right now, so luckily we're able to get that window up. I'm going to be ordering a new switch shortly. Hopefully that'll be here in the next day or two. But yeah, this is what I'm going to be using to fix the issue of why these windows keep falling off track. So I'm going to give it a few minutes, make sure it doesn't just start downpouring, because I have to have the windows down in order to do this. So, but this is the part number. It is a DuPont. This is specifically for like holding your windshield in place and stuff like that. So this is U-418 quick cure primerless to auto glass urethane adhesive. So this should do the trick. All right, so for the driver window, this adhesive actually seems to be doing a decent job holding this in, but I still will probably replace it, because if you look, it is moving a little bit. But this window is also missing the trim, so I'm going to put this on. I'm going to clean up really good and then put this on too to see if this helps the alignment, because this window is super bad when you try to roll it up. Putting this alignment stuff in here, the window will help, because it's partially in here on the top, but the sides are completely missing, and then I also think the bottom is too. So I'm gonna replace all of this and see if this helps. Alright, so I just got that seal on. It wasn't too bad to get on. Definitely would recommend some lubrication, because especially if you're not removing the window. But I can already tell the window is way more secure than what it was. So let's try to roll this thing up with my Jenks switch. And it looks pretty good. I'm gonna clean the window. And like I said, I might not mess with this one, because I thought this one was so bad, but never realized it was because of that track not being in there. I did order that a while ago because I knew it was missing, because as I was driving I would hear like some wind noise coming from over here, because obviously I was missing like 50% of the actual gasket right here. So that actually seemed to make this window go. And seats really, really good. So I'm gonna clean all this junk up, because there's a lot of junk inside of here now that I've exposed some things. But we're gonna get to the real one, which is this one, which I know has been messed up because I saw it. So, because I went to go fix it originally, probably like a year ago, and it never bothered me too much. But now that I'm here, that I was going to fix this window regulator, and to find out that it was actually a bad switch, which it wasn't really even a bad switch, it was just a broken switch. So typically the electronics usually fail before some mechanical mechanism like that. But anyways, we're going to clean this up and actually move on to this one and actually fix the reason why I'm making this video. So let's pull this one off. Well, let's put this one on, and then let's pull this one off, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. I got the driver door all buttoned up, screwed together. Everything looks good, and the window rolls up and down just as good as I could ask for it. So I do see a smudge over there. I gotta clean it, but anyways, hopping on over here, a screw behind the handle, a screw inside the door handle, and then this pops off with a trim tool. So let's go grab that stuff. So this will come out. There will be a few plugs. So there will be a plug for the locks, and then there will be a plug for the window switch. And then I recommend a little pick. The pick will be able to pull and get access to the screw behind the door panel. Mine is a Phillips, one Phillips, and then there's one in the handle. Once that's all done, give the door a yank. The speaker grill will also pop off as well. There's one tab right here, and then the whole door panel comes off. So this side has all the weather stripping. The other side, someone had ripped it off, but you will want to peel this stuff back. All right, so I just took off the bracket right here, just so that way I can get more access to here. And then I'm also gonna take off this little bracket here, which looks like it's with Phillips. So if you look here, this one's actually not even in the channel, so I can literally just move it up and down. So we got to take off this little clip here, and then we're going to clean the window off. It seems like this stuff kind of got a little brittle, and I think that's probably what happened. So I'm just going to clean all this off with the razor blade, and clean all this stuff off with the razor blade, as well as a bunch of alcohol to get rid of as much as possible. And then we're just going to load that window weld in here, bolt this back up, and squeeze it up inside the channel, and hopefully that'll fix the issue. I got all the adhesive off of here. I ended up taking some sandpaper and sanding down at the bottom. There's a bunch of ridges inside of here. I'm going to assume that's to help hold the adhesive. It's super hard to get all of that inside of there, so I sanded most of it, and then I actually sanded the glass a little bit on the front, and then razor blade everything off of here. So it does look like there's like a black strip that I was razor blading off on the back side, but I don't think you'll ever see it, because this will go forward. So I'm gonna load this up with that silicone stuff, and then shove this in place, and then bolt it down, and hopefully that'll keep it in place. I'm not sure how long this stuff takes to cure, but I'll read it and we'll find out. Alright, so I've cleaned everything with some isopropyl alcohol. Alright, so I pretty much just filled that whole channel up. And that should be, I think, plenty. So let's go take this over to the car. So I'm going to leave this one pushed all the way up, just to make sure it keeps constant pressure on that pad down there. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it looks messy, but it's definitely going to do the job. This one, like I said, was the other one, and it seems to be perfectly fine, so I'm not even going to mess with that one. I added a little bit more around the edges just to make sure I'm getting, I have the whole thing. It's really only going to be one window. I thought I was going to do that one too, but it was just the seal was missing. So, but I'm going to let this sit. I'm going to put everything back together. We'll come back 24 hours later though and take a look at how this is holding up, and then hopefully this fixes it. But let's clean everything up, and then I'll see you in the next day or two. Alright guys, so it's been about 1 week later since I did all the windows. I got the new switch, so let's try to plug this in and make sure everything is working. Like I said, I'm like 99% sure that it's the switch now because of what was happening the other day. I put all the door panel and everything back, so this switch that I ordered came covered in some type of soap. I don't know why. It smells good, but the box is literally all wet. So, but this switch was from Amazon for like 20 bucks. I don't know if that's the brand or not. New NT. But just like the OEM one. Oh, I believe the brand was Switch Doctor. So let's plug this thing in and see if everything works. I guess let me grab the keys real quick. Alright, so before I snap everything in, let's just make sure all the windows are working. And let's see how this one rolls up now. Beautiful. Let me make sure the rear ones work. That one, I don't know, might need a little bit of persuasion. You can hear the motor relay over there clicking on. So let me take a peek at that window. So finally all four of my windows are functioning as they should. It would be pretty cool to be able to get auto windows for all the windows, but I don't think they make a switch for it. And I was trying to looking for like a Lexus conversion, because on my other 10th gen Corolla, I was able to swap out Tundra window switches, and they had the auto down up feature. So I was looking for something like that, but a lot of them were pretty much proprietary to the Matrix, and so the plug is what was weird on some of the other ones. I just got everything all cleaned up, all buttoned up, looking good. Don't make the same mistake I did, and I went to go find some new screws because there was only 2 out of the 3 in here, and I found some new ones, but then I didn't realize, oh, that they are much longer, and they actually started pushing out the back of the plastic. So I didn't really think that through, so now I'm gonna have to get a new cover plate, but not that big of a deal. I'll see if I can try to find like a set of used ones, because obviously now this one needs to be replaced. My passenger one is pretty worn out. The backseat ones I really won't worry about, but probably try to find the front 2 ones. I do have more pieces for this car to try to get everything looking perfect again. So, but yeah, if you guys are interested in anything I used or this new switch that I had bought, I'll put links down below to everything. If you guys are new, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.